Hi everyone, welcome back again to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be talking about 7 red flags in any relationship that you should never ever ignore. Okay, so the first red flag is actually lying. So if you have ever found your partner keep lying to you, if you happen to find them lying constantly, lying about even smallest things, lying about I don't know, like even heavy stuff, like for example, like this girl, he knows is like more than a friend, but he just say, oh, she's just a friend. Then you know that's red flag, and you should probably reconsider staying or leaving your relationship. Which brings us to the second one. So the second one is the she's just a friend or he's just a friend kind of red flag. So what is this about is that sometimes in relationship the partner might have this a very close opposite sex kind of friend, but you know deep in your heart that they're not that casual, they're not that platonic, that they may be more than just a friend. So okay, what I'm talking about is not that your partner cannot have a friend that is an opposite sex. What they cannot do is that if let's just say they are closer than how you are with him or her, or maybe they talk about very deep problem with them and they don't talk about it with you, or maybe they are like they usually hang out just the two of them together somewhere, sometimes with you knowing, sometimes without your knowledge as well. So sometimes this kind of thing might make you uncomfortable, like even though you wanted to suppress that feeling, you don't want to be like too jealousy kind of person, but it still makes you uncomfortable. Then you should actually talking to your partner about it and make sure to them that you know what, this is actually not something I have in mind, this is not making me comfortable, so maybe you can like you know, have a little bit of distance with that friend of yours. Okay, so but then sometimes you know your partner might be like, you know what, you're just overthinking, you know, she's just a friend or he's just a friend of mine, but actually you know so this is the key point is that if your partner doesn't understand that you know what, this is not okay for you, if they don't consider that at all, then you know there might be like a future problem that you are uncomfortable with stuffs and they're like don't care about it, it's comfortable to me, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. So this kind of problem might happen in the future. So that's one of the red flags. Okay, so the third one is that your comments aren't taken seriously. So what this means is actually kind of related to the second point, which is that sometimes you tell your partner that you know what, this is not okay, or I'm concerned about this, or I don't like the way you do this. So if they are like not taking your comments seriously, or maybe they are just kind of dismiss that, or sometimes they can even be like offended with your comments, like you're telling me that I'm for example, let's just say you don't like them eating meat because you're a vegan, and you prefer a partner who eats who is a vegetarian as well. So maybe he's like, you're just being too sensitive, you're like too oppressing your values to other people or something like that. So I mean, yeah, if your comments aren't taken seriously, that kind of also means that you're not that important. So you kind of have to know okay, what's the motive of this guy or girl dating you, and why is it that your comments aren't taken seriously? Because okay, if you are that important to them, they are definitely going to listen to you, they're going to pay attention to what you're feeling. They wanted to fix stuff. So if you have told them that this is my feeling and this is how to fix some issues, and they are not taking it seriously, I think you should actually consider either staying or leaving the relationship. Okay, so the fourth red flag is actually you are doing all the work in this relationship. So again, I just need to reiterate for every audience out there that this is not just for girls, this is also for guys. I mean, all of the advice that I'm telling you is for guys and girls. Okay, moving on. As I was saying, you are doing all the work. That is also one of the red flags, because if you are the one that is doing the work, that actually kind of means that you are the only one invested and interested in this relationship, and that the other person is like, don't care if it has an issue or something like that. They just like, yeah, whatever. They're not taking the relationship seriously, and it's just it's not worth it to keep doing all the work. I mean, you want to have a relationship that lasts forever with this person, so it's not worth it to keep doing all the work for forever. Like, I mean, let's just say you guys stayed for like 50 years down the road. Like, it's going to be very, very tiring, and it's going to be very, very frustrating as well. So if you ever find yourself, like, for example, let's just say a simple scenario about, let's say, cleanliness. You are a clean person and you don't want the house to be messy, but apparently you are the only person who cleans stuff at home, and your partner never seemed to like, okay, you know what, for today I wanted to do all the cleaning, or maybe they have this maybe they have this initiative that say, oh, I'm gonna be cleaning because you have done the cleaning, or something like that. I mean, if someone is really someone actually loves you, they're going to have this initiative. They look at you like, okay, you have been doing this work, so maybe this is my turn, something like that. So I mean, again, this is not just about cleanliness, it's actually about anything, basically. Sometimes in a relationship, there are tendencies that one person is doing more work than the other, but if you happen to do everything, you happen to do way more than you should be doing, then this is one of the red flags they should never ever ignore. Okay, so the next red flag that I'm going to talk about is you do not see future with your person. So okay, what this means is that sometimes there is a cultural boundary, there is a religious boundary, there is also citizenship boundary or something like that. So if you don't happen to see any possibility of this relationship for the future, you shouldn't be like wasting other people's time and just keep being with them. I really suggest that you kind of rethink about your relationship. So either you wanted to try other method to make it have a future, or you can abandon the ship. Either way, it is actually fully your choice, so whichever that you think is the best. So sometimes the no future kind of relationship can also be something like, for example, this partner of yours, maybe he or she, okay, let's just say you're a girl and you're looking forward to get married with this guy. So maybe what happens is that this guy doesn't have any money, and but at the same time he's not willing to work to get more money or something like that, and you have been standing with him, for example, for a few years, and there is no sign of improvement at all. I don't know, maybe it's just that he's not that type of person who wanted to have a future, not just with you, maybe with anyone else. Maybe he's just not into commitment, maybe he's just not into having a family, maybe he's just not into having a wedding. So whatever it is, this is kind of one of a sign that the incompatibility that you guys shouldn't really have, because for example, you are thinking that I want to have a future with this person, but then the other person are like, nah, or maybe he wants or she wants it, but it's like but I want it, but I don't want to do all the effort or all the work to get it. So that is one incompatibility there that you should not ignore. Okay, and so for the sixth red flag in any relationship is belittling one another. Okay, so what belittling means is kind of like insulting, but in a more serious way. Sometimes some couples are like to joke with each other and just having a good time, but belittling is like it's not really a joke. So sometimes it may be delivered as a joke, but sometimes it is like way more than that. Okay, so one of the sign of belittling is like, for example, let's just say this girl said that you are, let's just say she said, you are so fat, you are not like my friend, or something like that. Or maybe she would say something like, you are already this XX years old, but you don't have house, you don't have this and that. I mean, sometimes you can kind of take it as a criticism to like improve yourself, but then if this thing happens so constantly and it makes you feel like, you know what, I'm never enough for you. So this is one of the things that you should never ever compromise in any relationship at all. No one should ever be allowed to belittle you, actually, not even at, let's say, at work or in a family relationship, or let's say, or especially in romantic relationship where you can have the full choice to either stay or quit. So if you ever have found your partner, for example, letting you know that, you know what, you're not attractive, or you are stupid, or you wouldn't understand this because you just go to secondary school, or for example, please, I mean, this is that one of the red flag that I feel like you really should like exit the relationship. Okay, so for the seventh red flag in any relationship, which is our last one, is that friends and parents or families seem to disapprove. So it doesn't matter if it's your parents or friends disapprove, or their parents and friends disapproves. Either way, if any of your parents or friends disapprove this partner of yours, it could be a sign in the future that your relationship is going to be like more difficult. Because let me tell you this, even when your parents and friends approves your relationship, let's say you and your partner's friends and parents approve this relationship completely, there's your relationship is still going to be difficult. So when either one of your parents and friends disapprove, that is going to make the problem like maybe double more difficult than what it already is. And especially like considering the fact that sometimes you kind of have to visit the parents often, or maybe visit their friends often as well. So kind of think in the future when you have to do this in like tens of years, like yeah, do you actually still want it? You just actually still want this relationship? Okay, so another thing to point out is that if, let's just say, your parents or your friend tell you that, hey, why do you go out with this person, they don't seem to be like a good person, I just have a bad feeling about them, maybe try to like have a, you know, like a meeting with them again. I mean, not like a work meeting, I mean like a casual meeting with them, and kind of just get things going, and like, you know, like, are you sure that this person is not good for me? So if they actually have this like second meeting or something like that, second hangout, and they say, yep, this person is not that good for you because for example, you are this, but this person is like this. Sometimes, you know, when we are in a relationship, when we are in love, our logic doesn't seem to work. so sometimes, you know, a friend or a family might be able to like be your logic that doesn't work at the time, so they can like look at your partner and thought, this person, there's like something odd about them, there's something that's just not quite right to you, or something like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video. This is actually like the first video that I like talk about relationship and love stuff. So if you guys do enjoy this video, let me know in the comments down below so I can make more, or maybe just subscribe, then I would know that, okay, this video gains more subscribers, then I would make more of this. Alright, so that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.